I needed to take control over what I was putting in my body. So. Good morning and welcome back to another episode of our vlog series. We hope you like them. Today is 6.5 weeks. It's a Wednesday. I try to only weigh myself on Wednesdays. I just feel like if I'm constantly in the bedroom on the scale, then I'm just looking at it too often, and I don't want, a daily weight gain that's caused perhaps by water or a little bit more sodium or something that's, not really reflective of my daily choices to hinder my motivation. So I hopped on the scale. I'm down another 0.5 pounds. So the total is 14.4 since the end of November. So we officially started eating this way, a more high carb, whole food, plant-based, low fat way of eating. We changed our daily habits to align with our weight loss goals. And, in 6.5 weeks, I can say that I've found awesome new recipes. I have found a delicious way to lose weight. I do not feel deprived. I'm not, 100%. You saw in our last episode that I went out with my mom and got a bagel with the smoky carrot lox and that cream cheese, and it was awesome. I'm just choosing to make my daily decisions align with the goals that I have. People have been amazingly supportive. I'm really enjoying sharing my story with all of you. If you are new around here, let me give you a quick introduction. I am Kathy. I run VegInspired. And my husband and I sold our house in 2018, October, to travel the country in an RV. So this is actually coming to you from the road. We're filming right now in South Florida, but we head to Central Florida in a couple weeks. We are wintering in Florida. That's chasing climate is one of our goals. We do work remotely for our jobs from the campers, but a quick, top 3 things that we changed from our lifestyle in November to now. We reduce the amount of times that we go out to eat. John and I are huge foodies, and we love to find new restaurants on our adventures, but we found ourselves finding a new restaurant and then eating there, a dozen times in a month. And restaurant food you can't control. So we just decided that we would reduce the amount of times that we go out. South Florida is not new to us. We were here last year, we wintered here. So we're just very selective on where we choose to eat out and where we spend our money. The second major change in our lifestyle is we reduced snacks that contain oil. We didn't reduce them, we replaced them. We replaced the snacks that contained oil that found their way into our house and our refrigerator and pantry with snacks that don't contain oil. So we found an oil-free hummus, which you've seen in some of our earlier episodes. We switched to oil-free crackers. We increased our vegetable and fruit snacks, not fruit snacks, but snacks of fruit. We also have no problem snacking on leftover boiled potatoes that are warmed up or cold with some ketchup, or making deviled potatoes like we did in episode 1, and or those armadillo potatoes from episode 4 that are incredible. Those make a great snack. And then the number 3 thing that we really focus on is we reduced our processed foods. So we understand that things like almond milk or non-dairy milk are processed. Our favorite Crazy Go walnuts, we get it. We know they're processed. We're not talking about stuff like that. We're talking about white enriched breads that are vegan. We're talking about things with lots of flour and, overly processed. Our vegan analog products like, we used to eat a lot of Beyond Burgers, and we used to eat pretzel buns, and those are all awesome. And we fully support those companies and what their intentions are. Right now, we're just choosing not to eat that way. But as a new vegan, if you're looking for some great products, we highly recommend the pretzel buns. They're awesome. We love No Evil food products. That's really great. Their products are oil-free, so those would still align with the way we eat. They also have whole ingredients. I'm actually gonna tell you 4. The other thing that we that we reduced from our daily habits were nuts, seeds, and avocados. So a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, no, those are good fats. They're better for you fats. However, they're still fat, and we are trying to lose fat, so we don't want to eat fat. So we're basically following a high carb, low fat way of eating, but we're focused primarily on whole plant foods. Brown rice, potatoes, the Ezekiel breads, we do like those. They're not made from flours, they're made from sprouted grains, so they're whole grain. We love pasta, but where we are currently, we haven't been able to find a whole wheat pasta that we're really thrilled with. You saw episode, geez, I don't remember now. I think it's episode 1, but I'll link it up there. We made the miso mac and cheese from the Colorful Kitchen's website, and the sauce was amazing, but the texture of the pasta was awful. We used the Whole Foods pasta, so we don't recommend that. If you have tried whole wheat pasta and are like, oh, I can't have it, that's not the one to try. We do like the Delalo, but we can't find it where we currently are. So the other thing I need to tell you is, so we've been vegan for 5.5 years, and we started to be more whole food plant-based. We just let our daily habits overrule what our goals were. We didn't really align our habits with our goals. Since then, we really reduced cooking with oil. In fact, we don't add oil. We saute in water or veggie broth. We bake without oil. We bake our potato wedges oil-free. So we don't add oil to our food, and we haven't really added oil to our food. So we knew that cooking in oil wasn't my personal weight loss issue. My issue was all these nuts and seeds and avocados. I mean, I would eat an entire avocado in one sitting and have no problem with that. And you know what? It was awesome, and I loved it. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I needed to take control over what I was putting in my body. With that being said, I hope you're enjoying this vlog series. Give this video a thumbs up, and let's show you what we ate today in our high carb, whole food plant-based way of eating for weight loss. Let's go. You saw me whip up our breakfast sundaes with those frozen bananas. I buy bananas that are already ripe if I can, and then I go ahead and peel them, cut them, and put them in the fridge for these sundaes. We don't eat these a lot. We used to eat nice cream, banana nice cream like this a whole lot more often, but just living in the RV, we seem to have not. When we first moved in, our refrigerator didn't work, so the bananas never really froze. So that was about it was either 4 or 5 bananas that I froze, and I made 2 bowls of, or we're making 2 bowls of nice cream sundae. So after I scoop the banana out of the food processor, we use the food processor because it's easier to get the nice cream out of than the Vitamix, but you could easily use a Vitamix if that's all you have. You just need to use the tamper, and also maybe add a little bit more nut milk. I only added a tad of nut milk just in the top of the, just in that top part of the food processor, so it dripped down. My bananas were not 100% frozen either. I also added a half a teaspoon of vanilla. So this recipe is actually inspired by a recipe in the Colorful Kitchen, but we like to add vanilla to our banana ice cream, so I just did that. I also added a scoop of this. It's the Good Mix blend. It's a fruit, seed, and nut mix. So again, this is not something that I eat every day, but it adds a good crunch to the banana ice cream. I also added chocolate espresso walnuts. We love those flavored walnuts from Crazy Go Nuts. Again, we don't eat them every day, but they are nice to add a little flavor to your banana ice cream. And then I also took the oatmeal cookie walnut butter. I'll grab that out of the fridge, and I mixed it with a little almond milk. Okay, if there was one thing that I would just eat with a spoon, it's this. It is the best walnut butter. I'll actually drop a link in the description below. They send it to us, and they also offered you all a 20% coupon, so with the code VegInspired. So I'll put the link in the description below if you want to grab yourself some. It's amazing. I mean, I could lick the container, but the scoop of walnut butter, I just mixed that with a little non-dairy milk so that it would get a little creamier. Not that it's not creamy, but I wanted it to drizzle. That didn't happen when I made the bowl, so I just left it as a spoonful. And then, oh, I didn't add oats when I put in a scoop of oats. That's not a lot of oats, but it's just enough. Just enough. It'll all be just enough. So yeah, so we made these delicious ice cream sundaes for breakfast. If I was in a hurry, I probably put all of the things I put in here right into the blender and just drink it, but I'm gonna eat it as an ice cream bowl. So I mixed it all together. Since I've been talking to you, my nice cream has kind of turned more into a smoothie, but that's okay. Let's give it a taste. It's so good. Naturally ripe bananas have such a rich, flavorful, sweet taste that you really don't need to add sugar. You didn't see me add any sugars or maple syrup or anything like that. I find the bananas are sweet enough. Awesome. This is our breakfast. We don't typically eat breakfast. We usually just eat when we're hungry. I was hungry this morning and I wanted to share this recipe with you. So I made it. I'll jot some of the details down in the description below just so that you can have them. I'm gonna eat this, and then the rest of the day kind of holds some editing. I need to edit episode number 5. I need to respond to you all on YouTube. I'm loving receiving your comments. I'm also getting a lot of comments and questions via our Facebook page, which is the facebook.com VegInspired. So if you do want to connect with me on Facebook, please connect with the VegInspired page. And, you know, leave a comment. What are your questions about this way of eating? Like I said earlier, I'm down 14.4 pounds. It's pretty freaking amazing. And as I said, I don't feel deprived at all. All right, I'm gonna go chat with you all on the social platforms, and I'll catch you in a little bit for lunch. John has been asking for cookies, and I figured since I cranked the oven for the armadillo potatoes, I would go ahead and give the oatmeal raisin cookies from the Engine 2 cookbook a try. So we're gonna whip those up and we'll taste them. So into the bowl, I'm going to put 1/4 of a cup of old-fashioned rolled oats, 3/4 of a cup of oat flour. I made my oat flour at home in the Vitamix. 4 tablespoons or 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup. I am using this banana walnut butter. I'm going to be putting in 1/4 of a cup of this, 1 tablespoon of ground flax, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, 1/4 of a cup of raisins, and 1/4 of a cup of non-dairy dark chocolate chips. And then we'll mix them together. Our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. We'll do 1 tablespoon scoops onto our parchment paper lined baking sheet. And into the oven for 12 to 15 minutes until lightly brown. I thought we we were doing leftovers, but in fact we made quesadillas for dinner. So I'm gonna show you what we did. Well, John's gonna show you, I'm gonna tell you. First, we spread a nice layer of nacho no cheese on our tortilla, and we've got our pan heating up. And put that in. Look at that texture. We share that recipe. I'll put a link in the top, but it is jackfruit that is simmered in spices. Man, is it amazing. And then we're gonna cook it. Those quesadillas were incredible. If you want to grab yourself some nacho no cheese, they did give us a 10% off coupon. Use code VegInspired. I'll put a link in the description below. That's a wrap on today. Hope you enjoyed these glimpse into these recipes. I mean, we're not depriving ourselves. We've got sundaes, those armadillo potatoes, and then quesadillas for dinner. I mean, can it get any better than that? I don't think so. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you are loving following along with our What I Eat in a Day and our weight loss journey. And until next time, hope you eat more plants and have a great day.